Catalytic converter stolen again and again. This crime, it is blanketing.
Police call it a theft epidemic. For months, we've been covering the scourge of stolen catalytic converters.
Catalytic converter theft ring.
Theft of a catalytic converter can happen literally in 90 seconds.
More catalytic converters are being stolen throughout our area.
Up and down the UK, criminals are stealing catalytic converters.
Hey guys, Rich here from Tacoma Network. With the massive increase in catalytic converter theft and our Toyota Tacoma is starting to appear on the top 10 list, it was time to protect my truck. It's estimated that just the parts to repair a converter theft on our Tacoma is well over $2,000 if the parts are available. Cali-Raised has given us an affordable option under $200 to keep our 3rd gens protected. These are currently being made for the 3rd gen 6-cylinder models in either 2-wheel drive or 4-wheel drive, accommodating both access and double cabs with either short or long beds. These are not made for the 4-cylinder or manual models at this time. Cutting the box open, the ProTech Malibu has the honors. Inside the box, you get a promotional card from Cali-Raised. Catalytic converter shield brochure complete with a QR code for additional information, a bag of hardware that includes 2 rubber bumpers, 4 security bolts, 4 washers, and a T40 security bit for installation of the 2 cat shields. These are made from 12-gauge 304 stainless steel that's been laser cut and CNC bent. They really conform to the underside of the truck with precise bends throughout. They measure in at a length of right over 23 inches and 11 inches at their widest, so they'll give some good protection. You have laser cut holes for heat dissipation, along with a giant Cali-Raised logo and a D and P to denote driver and passenger. Thickness wise, these are 12 gauge, which is 2.7 millimeters thick or nearly 1/8 of an inch. If someone were to try and cut through these, it would be a bear. Before we go outside, let's install the rubber bumpers. These will go in the single hole towards the front of the shield. Position the shield with a curve pointing up. I'll be using a small screwdriver to help the bumper insert. The biggest part of the bumper will go on the inside. Just cram in as much as you can fit and flip the shield over. Now pry up on the rest of the bumper until it fully seats into the hole. Tools you'll need to install these cat shields: a 14 and 12 millimeter ratchet, a 14 millimeter wrench, and a T40 security bit. I happen to have one that will go straight onto my impact. I have a fully stocked 22 Tacoma TRD off-road and didn't need to lift the truck at all to install these. If you didn't know, your catalytic converters are these large dome-shaped cylinders right behind the front wheels of your truck, laying right next to the transmission. We'll be removing these diagonal chassis braces, along with loosening these 2 bolts on the transmission cross brace. Just 6 bolts per side. Let's start on the passenger side. Take your 12 millimeter wrench and loosen the 4 bolts holding the chassis brace. Denote the position of this, as it is a certain fitment. Watch as you loosen the last screw, the brace is heavier than it seems. Now with your 14 millimeter ratchet and 14 millimeter wrench, loosen the 2 bolts on the transmission cross brace. You do not want to remove the bolts, as the transmission is being held by this brace. Now, you do want to tap the bolt out of its position by about a 1/2 inch. This wiggle room is needed to position the shield in place and for it to align correctly. I tried placing it without inching those bolts out, and it would not fit. Please keep in mind, do not remove these bolts as stated earlier. Now that the shield is in place, I tap the transmission brace bolts into their fully seated position. I loosely fitted the 2 14 millimeter nuts on the transmission brace and the 2 12 millimeter bolts on the diagonal brace. For the 2 new security bolts, I added the 2 included washers and loosely fitted them where the cross brace and shield meet the frame. Once all bolts and nuts have been loosely fitted, I make a round to seat them with my impact. Finally, made another round to fully seat them and check fitment of the shield. Everything looks all buttoned up and it's solid against the truck. Installing the driver's side is just a rinse and repeat of the passenger. I did notice that putting the shield over the transmission cross brace had a little less room on the driver's side, but you can maneuver it to fit without removing the exhaust hanger. Well, that's a quick look at the Cali-Raised catalytic converter shield and a full installation. Oddly, I installed these on Saturday, and Monday night a neighbor of mine about 12 houses down had their cat stolen from their Honda Civic. I live way out in the suburbs. These thieves are hitting workplaces, hospitals, and even churches now. Be vigilant, protect your vehicle. As always, if you like the video, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the notification bell to be notified anytime I upload a video. My name is Rich. Thanks for watching.
County Sheriff's deputies say a man was killed while trying to steal a catalytic converter when the driver accidentally ran him over. It happened last night in Palmdale. Deputies say a woman was sleeping in her 4x4 in a shopping center parking lot. She woke up when she heard someone under her truck. Deputies say the suspect was using a saw to remove her catalytic converter. Well, she put the truck in reverse and ran him over. He died at the hospital. Deputies say 3 other suspects were also arrested. It's unclear if the woman will face any charges.